In the previous lecture, students, we have discussed about the introduction of force, what is a force and which type of motion can be generated with the help of force, the Galileo interpretations, and on the basis of Galileo interpretations, Newton gave its first law of motion, and on the basis of first law of motion we have one more property that is known as the inertia. Now in today's lecture I will discuss about the inertia of body. What is now inertia? In daily life you have many times observed that when you kick a ball, the ball travel a large distance and it stops after traveling a large distance due to the force of friction. And if a vehicle is moving at constant velocity, then it does not stop by itself. We press the brake and on the application of brakes, this vehicle stops. Hence, by observing these laws, a question comes to our mind, what is responsible for this nature of the object? And that particular quantity was given a name, that is inertia. Now how we can define inertia of the object? Inertia is the property of the object due to which any object which is in motion will always try to remain in motion, and any object which is at rest will try to remain at rest, and only when it can change its position if a force is applied. On the application of force, the position of the object or motion of the object is changed. Now I can define you, the inertia is the property of the body due to which the body can try to remain in its original position, and its position can be changed only on the application of force. Hence, today's topic is inertia and its types. What is, now first of all, the definition of inertia? It is the property of body due to which a body tries to remain in its original position, try to remain in its original position, and this state of rest, this state of rest or of uniform motion or direction changes only when some external force is applied. Some external force is applied. In this definition, only one thing is most important, that is tries to remain in its original position. This line is very, very important. And I can tell you that inertia can be measured with the help of mass, or you can have a note that mass is the measure of inertia. Measure of inertia. How we can explain this point, that mass is the measure of inertia? Here you are having two box, one is of 2 kg and another box is of 20 kg, and you want to move this object here, you want to move by a 20 Newton force. The same force is applied on two objects, one is light and another is heavy object. With the same force, the light object will travel a large distance, this is 2 kg, and a heavy object will travel a small distance, that is 20 kg. It means the inertia of heavy body is more as compared to the inertia of light body. One more example, if you kick a football, it travels few meters distance, and if you kick a stone, it will travel lesser distance. You can say the inertia of ball is more, inertia of stone is more because it is heavy as compared to the inertia of ball. And you can say mass is the measure of inertia. If you compare a 5 rupees coin and a 10 rupees coin, then 10 rupees coin is heavier as compared to a 5 rupees coin. So the inertia of 10 rupees coin is more than the inertia of 5 rupees coin. In this way, you can define inertia and you can determine the measure of the inertia. That inertia can be measured in terms of the mass of the object. Types of inertia. What are the main types of inertia? Inertia is of three types. Number one is the inertia of rest. Number two, the inertia of motion. And number three is the inertia of direction. First of all, you have to understand the definition of these three types. First is the inertia of rest. Student, I am giving you a key concept to learn which type of inertia is this, because when in the exam I will ask the question to you people, first of all you have to write in the answer that this is due to the inertia of rest, this is due to the inertia of motion. First line should be like this is due to the inertia of rest or motion or direction. After that, writing the reason, after that you have to explain why this is so. So the first definition, inertia of rest. When a body is at rest, that body tries to remain at rest. That is known as the inertia of rest. And how it can change its position? It can change its position if some external force is acting on it. And then the inertia of motion. If a body is moving, then it will remain in motion, or it tries to remain in motion until some external force is acting on it. Next, suppose you have kicked this ball, this will move until you are not stopping that ball. So this ball tries to remain in motion. The inertia of direction. When you are moving in a particular direction, suppose you are moving in a car along a single straight line, and for turning the direction you have to turn the steering of the vehicle, your car, your scooter, you have to turn the steering. Now you are applying some force. Only when you are applying some force, the direction of the object is changed. But the object tries to remain in that particular position. Now I am explaining few examples. With the help of those examples, you can understand in a very well manner that which effect is caused by the inertia. So remember one thing, what is the initial position of the object? That is given to you, always that is given to you in the question, and which one is the original position, that is the cause of that particular reason. Why this is happening so? First of all, you identify whether the object is at rest. If initially the object is at rest, you will write this is due to inertia of rest. If initially the object is in motion, then you will write, first line you will write, this is due to the inertia of motion. Understood? I am explaining again. If initially the object is at rest, you have to write that this is due to inertia of rest. If the object is in motion, then you have to write the object, this is due to inertia of motion. Now I am explaining you one example. First you write the definition of inertia of rest, then few examples of inertia of rest. So inertia of rest, you will write the definition. It is the property due to which any object at rest tries to remain at rest, or you can write it is the inability of object to change its state of rest. Now I am giving you some example where you are experiencing the inertia of rest. One example, when you are sitting in a bus and it starts moving suddenly and the passengers sitting inside, what happens? If you fall forward or you fall backward. Imagine the situation when you are sitting in a car or in a bus and bus starts moving. What happens? Sitting inside falls backward. When you are riding on a horse, you fall backward when horse starts running at once. Why this is so? This is the question. You feel the situation when you are sitting in a bus is not moving initially, and at once it starts moving. What happens? You fall in the backward direction. When you are riding on a horse and now horse is at rest and it starts moving, if what happens? Then you fall in the backward direction. One more example, when you are beating the carpet with a stick, what happened? The dust particles came out from the carpet. Why this is so? Initially the carpet was at rest, and when you start beating, it comes in motion. The dust particles comes out. Why this is so? This is the question. You have seen this situation? Yes, you have seen it. One more example, when you are shaking the branch of the tree vigorously, what happens? if the fruits are on the branch of the tree, the fruits fall down. Why they fall down? Because when you are not shaking, before that the fruit and the branch is at rest. But when you start shaking the branch, it comes in motion and the fruit fall down. So these examples can be explained on the basis of inertia of rest. Now I am going to explain the answer of this question. What happens when you people are sitting in a bus and at once the bus starts moving? At that situation, we fall in the backward direction. What is actually happening there? Initially, the bus is at rest. You are sitting in the bus. Your whole body is at rest. But when the bus starts moving, the part of your body, the lower part, which is in contact with the bus, that comes in motion with the bus. But the upper part that is not in contact with the bus, that tries to remain at rest. That's why the upper part fall in the backward direction and lower part moves with the bus. So this is due to inertia of rest. Why? What was the initial position of the bus? Bus was at rest. So what you will write in the answer? The answer is, you will start like this. This is due to, this line is most important for you people. This is due to inertia of rest. When passengers with bus are at rest and suddenly feel a jerk because the part of the body in contact with bus comes in motion, but upper part tries to remain at rest, tries to remain at rest, hence they fall backward. Got it, beta? First of all, note it down and then I will explain one more example. Next question. When a carpet is beaten with a stick, is beaten with a stick, dust particles comes out. Explain why this is so. I have told you initial state of the carpet is at rest. So what is the cause? This is due to inertia of rest. Now what we are doing? We are beating the carpet with a stick. What will happen? When we will beat the carpet comes in motion. But the dust particle which were initially at rest tries to remain at rest. But the carpet comes in motion. So they detach. They comes out from the carpet. Hence you will write the answer like this. Answer is, this is due to inertia of rest due to inertia of rest. What happens Initially carpet and dust particles were at rest, but when carpet is beaten, what happens? It comes in motion and dust particles try to remain at rest. Try to remain at rest. Hence, the particles comes out. Okay? Now, you people will find 4 to 5 examples of inertia of rest and will write in your notebook. If you are not getting any good explanation for that or any doubt in that, you can call me and you can message me. Okay?